Hello again, world. On this video session, I want to speak about an issue in regards to stuttering and stammering, but in regards to how one should view that or one should approach that um, from the views of a job interview process. Of whether or not the interviewee, the stutterer, should be obligated or unobligated to mention right off the bat of whether or not they stutter to their potential employer, um, and whether or not they should do so under the pretense or the category, the labeling of whether or not stuttering and stammering is considered to be a disability or a handicap. And there will be people that will be on both sides of the argument. Those that have severe stuttering those that have severe stuttering while needing to have an income, find a job, and can't do so because of the interviewing process that they've experienced through life, the criticism and just the shame of it. uh, you know, there will be those people that will take the labeling of being called handicapped and disabled so that they can be hired due to companies trying to meet their quota of hiring disabled people and handicapped. And then you will have the people on the other side that do not want to be called or be labeled handicapped or disabled because it to them is a very derogatory term to say that they are less in capabilities and abilities in their functions, in the way that they can perform their work and their task and their duties at work. So most likely throughout this video I may have my own moments of disfluencies as well, so trying to go through and express what that's like. And the argument from what I've seen on some job board postings is some say that it gets rid of the stress if you let the employer, the interviewer, know ahead of time so that it's a lot off of your chest and they should actually listen to what you have to say, not necessarily how you say it. And a lot of career positions, some of them do not need heavy speaking, whether it's technical or whether it's a public front to go through and be doing public speaking. So that's fearful for a lot of stutterers and stammerers, and they just want supposedly a hole in the wall non-social job, more technical, maybe in the fields of computers or something else. But the underlying issue is always what type of professions and job they are ruled out and discriminated from because of their disfluency. And most of the time, or to say that it's not true, that a person who is unable to talk fluently in terms of having their moments of disfluency, that is not to say that they are not a great communicator. It's just, it really gives a bad image when they stumble, they pause, they falter on words while giving presentations, and it gives the idea, the perception that they are incompetent while, or they're nervous, or just something along those lines that negatively reflects upon them, when it could be just totally so untrue and the opposite. And then there will be people on the board that will adamantly say that no matter what, you should not tell them, the interviewer, up front, that you are a stutterer and a stammerer, because in the job market, in the competition, and during these rough economic times, competition is rough. That's an understatement. So human resource is always trying to weed out and find reasons to not hire someone. And if you come from the standpoint of saying, hello, I am a stutterer, I have trouble speaking, as much as we hate to believe it, uh, they will be, and they are, the discriminant about that. And unless they absolutely have to by law to fill some kind of quota, chances are you probably won't get hired. And of course, I can't say that for everyone. Depending on the job, the profession, who you have to interview you, whether or not that person is understanding, their knowledge, how limited it is of people who stutter, and the conditions that goes along with it. It's always a never-ending, enduring battle that people will have to feel like they can never reach their potential, to really do what they need to, or at least in a fashion where it brings them satisfaction and to make a living off of it. And it seems like they just have to do something else because of this restriction. So, let me know what you think of whether or not a person should be upfront about, telling the interviewer that they stutter or that they don't. Whether or not you think it's right for the employers to be so biased upon this and their limited knowledge and being discriminating against this. Technically, who's right, who's wrong, where is that fine line? Will the fine line ever be, you know, more drawn out so that it's a clear line? So just want to, bring to light the dilemma that stutterers and stammers have in the workforce, and one of the key places where it affects our professional life, which in turn affects our personal life if we don't have any kind of income to take care of our own needs, whatever they may be. So it's something to think about, and it's also something to be more considerate and understanding of. So hopefully I'm doing my part to help spread the word to all the people out there that may get a chance to see this and try to have some heart and understand what people are going through who are stutterers, because I said it before and I'll say it again. We're really just normal people like everyone else. We usually have the same amount of limbs, eyeballs, organs. What we want is usually the same as what you want. And the simple things such as communication and speech that most people just take for granted. You really don't know how hard or how much that affects someone else. So just please keep that in mind. Thank you.